From only 1 year of high school football and coming into the league as an undrafted free agent to breaking records and making it to the Hall of Fame, pro footballer Emmitt Thomas sat down with us and gave us an inside look at the crazy, wild journey that football took him on.
I came from a small town, Angleton, Texas, about 38 miles south of Houston, and a little single-A school. I think my graduating class, we had about 27 or 28. I've only played, because I only played football in high school for 1 year, my senior year. And then I went to a small college with about 700 to 1,200 students, and we didn't have a very good football team except 1 year. I got to playing football, but I always thought I was going to be a professional baseball player. That was my best sport growing up. It ended up that I had a growth spurt my senior year in high school and my freshman year in college, and I started playing my sophomore year. When I started growing, I lost my ability to play baseball like I did when I was young, and started playing football. I really enjoyed it, and I was good at it. And the size helped me determine that. Then I went to Bishop College, which was a small school, and to get there and see the athletes and compete with them, it brought me to realize the reality that I was a pretty good athlete and I had a chance to further my occupation.
He officially joined the team during his sophomore year. Emmitt started out on offense but was moved to defense to get more looks from recruiters. After graduating from Bishop College, the Chiefs signed him as an undrafted free agent. Did you feel like you had a chip on your shoulder, like you had something to prove?
Every minute, every day, every hour, every time I hit the field or walked into the classroom as a teacher or a player, I thought I had something to prove and I worked hard at it. And I was always blessed to have a good group of guys that would listen and work hard and pursue their craft.
As time went on, Emmitt started making himself a no-name and cornerback in the league. After 13 seasons, he picked up two Chiefs all-time franchise records, which are the most career interceptions at 58, as well as the most interceptions in a single season at 12.
It feel good, really, to set a record at the place where you work. But I had so much help because I played corner in the secondary, so you depend on the first seven of people up front to give you a helping hand. And I was blessed to have those kind of guys at Kansas City at an early start in my career.
And although he ended up breaking the record, he says that he got a little too excited before breaking it.
It motivated me, but it also was in the back of my mind. In the year that I had 12 interceptions, I probably could have tied the record, which was 14 at that particular time. And it was uncanny for me to drop out. And I think I dropped two interceptions that particular year. So evidently, I was thinking about it a little too much. But I had good teammates up front that gave me a helping hand. And
After retiring from the league, Emmitt went right into coaching. His first job was at Central Missouri State University. Shortly after, he got a call from the league, but it was for an unexpected position.
I was coaching at Central Missouri State when they called me for an interview. When I went down there, I thought I was going to interview for the defensive back job, but the head coach called me in and said, "We really need a receiver coach. And since you covered them and played over on the opposite side so long, you should know how to beat them." So I worked as a receiver coach for the Cardinals for my first 4 years. Then I went to the Redskins for 1 year as a receiver coach. And for the rest of history, I was put back on the defensive side where I loved and had a great career.
How special was it to play for one team your whole career and finish out coaching with them?
At that time, that was the norm because we didn't have a lot of free agency. Teams wasn't trading players as much as they are doing now. But I felt very blessed and honored to be there my whole career with the friendships that I made while I was there, and to be able to go back as a coach and coach there around my peers. And it was fantastic. I had a great time.
Obviously, throughout your career, you coached a lot of great players. So, talk about some of those great players and how the experience was overall.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a list of guys that I work closely with because I don't want to anger anyone if anyone get this or hear this. But I'm gonna talk mostly about the defensive backs because I played with a lot of great guys and coached a lot of great guys. I was on the team with a lot of great calls, which include quarterbacks, receivers, D linemen. but mostly I'm going to talk about the DBs. And the DBs that come to hand was Roy Green from the Cardinals, which played corner, and he also played the nickel, and he was our best wide receiver there for the Cardinals. And then as I move on, I went to another team. I had Brian Dawkins. I had Darrell Green. I had Mike Zordich, Bobby Taylor, Troy Vincent. I also had Brandon Flowers. I also had Eric Berry. And I also had Monk and Gary Clark. And so all those guys played defensive back. I was their coach, except the fact that Art Monk, Gary Clark, and Roy Green were receivers also. So I also worked on the offensive side of the game when I first came into the league. But those guys all had the qualities that you really wanted. They competed hard, they were smart, they were tough, and real athletic, and were very, very easy to coach and made my job much easier.
If you could say which one was your favorite, did you like playing more or did you like coaching more?
One deep for Warren Wells. It's intercepted the 20 by Emmitt Thomas. Back to the 30, to the 40. He may break it. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. Emmitt Thomas is finally stopped at Oakland's 18-yard line. And with 7:13 to go in the ball game, that will be the biggest play to date.
It was different on any levels, but playing was, I enjoyed it much better than coaching. But playing was the thing because you actually can control the game. When you're coaching, all you can do is prepare your guys for the game. But once they get between the stripes, there's nothing you can do for them.
And although Emmitt enjoyed his time with the Chiefs, a point came where he knew it was time to retire.
I'll be honest with you, when this came in, technology. I wasn't very good at technology. And then they spoiled me a little bit by hiring some assistants that helped me with my computer work and stuff. And I got tired of bothering people and not feeling sure, because I was a hands-on guy. I was a chalk and crayon guy on the board. And then when technology came, I knew it was time for me to move on. Nothing wrong with it. I know it's everything's for the best of the game, but that's when.
And the season after Emmitt retired, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and I asked if he had any regrets after that happened.
No, because I was too dependent on someone else to help me do certain things. I was used to getting into the office early, doing my own work, doing everything. And then when you have to depend on someone else, hey, how you hook this up, or how you do this, or how you do that, or come do this for me. I didn't like that part of it. But for as the work, the getting up, the staying late, working out on the field, working around young people, good athletes, I still enjoyed it.
Now that you're retired and living the life, how is it? Do you miss anything? And is it what you expected?
I miss the preparation, the Monday nights, the Sundays, and the Thursdays. But I coached for like 33, 34 years, and I played for 13. I've been blessed. I got a lot out of the game. Helped me be able to take care of my family, live a normal, good life. And I'm just happy I got a chance to play it, but never thought I'd have an opportunity to be in the Hall of Fame.
Now that you're older, what would you tell your younger self, your younger player, or your younger coach?
I'm going to definitely talk about players as a young person. Play more than one sport. Play more than one sport. Just don't major in football. Don't major in baseball or just basketball. Play a couple of sports because they're all intertwined. Somewhere you have to use your eye and hand coordinating, what you get from baseball, table tennis or tennis, and then your toughness from football, baseball, hitting the ball, throwing it. So play more than one sport if you're allowed to.
But perhaps the most important reason I'm here, I played the game with a lot of respect, honor, that the game so very much deserved from everyone who has ever had the privilege of strapping on a shoulder pad or buckling up a chin strap. It's simple, ladies and gentlemen. I respect it, and I still respect the American values that our great game stands for.